Hey guys, Mike Chen. Today I'm going to a restaurant that's in this little residential area outside of Melbourne, and I never seen anything like this before. If you are a fan of sea urchin uni, this is the place for you because here they put it in pretty much every single dish. Welcome to the Roe. This restaurant is really impressive. You learn more about sea urchins here in Australia. And of course, sea urchin in a lot of places is a very invasive species. Australia only has 30% of their kelp forest left because of sea urchin. This is a delicacy that is very popular in Asia. A lot of people like it, but it's not really eaten globally as much as it should be. And so this place, look at this. This menu is like walking into a cheesecake factory. There's over 20 pages at least of different dishes that they have made with sea urchin, including their sea urchin dumplings, of course sea urchin sashimi, their sea urchin fish balls, there's shots of sea urchin. Wow, look at all this stuff. It's like an endless list of dishes that they added sea urchin to. Oh my goodness, looks so good. There's even a sea urchin kids meal. All right, so today I'm gonna try as many dishes as I can because I love uni and I've never seen a restaurant so dedicated to serving uni before. First things first, a shot of uni kombucha. Cheers. Ooh, don't really taste much of the uni in that. That's a good kombucha. Next up, a sea urchin chawamushi. Wow. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. This is just golden, beautiful with ikura in here. I love this place. This is such a flavorful bowl of chawamushi. Not only do the popping ikura bring that extra blast of umami, the urchin itself is just next level creamy. This is my second time having an urchin from Australia. It's just next level creamy. One of the sweeter uni I've had in my life, and it just goes so well with this dish. There's so much flavor to go around. It's just like a flavor concentrate, and its steamed egg is perfectly delicate. Next up, look at this. This is their daily appetizer, and this is a uni tofu. Oh yeah, just ridiculously soft and silky with the added creaminess of the uni on top, bringing in a tiny bit of brininess and sweetness. This is their uni treasure chest. I didn't actually know much about uni. There are actually grades of different uni, and they taste different based on the kelp they eat, so that will give them very distinct colors and textures and creaminess and flavor. And you look at the numbers. This is New South Wales 5A, long spine red sea urchin. This is from Tasmania 6A, and this is from Tasmania 10A. And the higher the number, the better the uni. Oh, this is so beautiful. Wow. Okay, the 5A one, that thing just instantly melts as soon as it touches your tongue. So delicate. A little sweet, a little bit of brininess, and a hint of bitterness to it. Let's try the 6A. Work our way up. We're trying to break them into smaller pieces just so I can savor them. Oh wow, I feel like the flavor just changes and new flavors appear as it breaks down in your mouth. This texture is more firm, really no bitterness to it. A little bit more brininess, more creamy, and definitely more sweet. This is the 10A. I feel like I'm tasting Wagyu of the sea right now. Oh my god, that's definitely the best piece. That melted like a umami-filled snowflake, and that is definitely the creamiest piece, the sweetest piece. That's a take your breath away bite of food. This is their welcome fruit platter with tomatoes and plums inside, and it looks like sugar on the outside. Oh, that's really good. First of all, sugar on tomatoes. Been eating that since I was a kid. In China, when I was growing up, you would just mash tomatoes and cover it with sugar, and it's so good. Same concept here, but with a sweet plum in the middle. Next one, scallops with ikura on top, cucumbers, tomatoes, and a seared sea urchin in the middle. This almost looks like a little scallop sea urchin sandwich. I don't even know what's sweeter, the scallop or the urchin. It has a little dough on top, really nice crunch from the cucumber, and of course that blast of umami from the ikura. And this is what I've been waiting for. One of my favorite foods in the world, with sea urchin inside. And this is such a beautifully made dumpling. Look at this thing. If there was like a dumpling beauty calendar, I think this will be on the cover. And you can see the uni through the translucent skin of the dumpling. Oh my God, this thing is out of this world. First of all, very thin skin. Inside is a giant filling, and it tastes like sea urchin mixed with pork. The texture is wonderful. You get so much juice. All you need to do, add a little bit of vinegar into this just to balance the richness a little bit. Round of applause for the pork uni dumpling. Next dim sum item, look at this. This is the truffle sea urchin hagao, the shrimp dumpling. It looks like a layer of gold on top, translucent mochi-esque skin, and there's a lot of filling in this. First of all, this is an exquisite shrimp dumpling. Wonderful, chewy wrapper. That sweetness of the shrimp is complemented by the creamy, slightly briny sweetness from the urchin itself. Oh, that's like a hagao with the best flavors of the ocean in there. Also, there's a lot of bird's nest themed item here too. So this is a bird's nest milk tea. Tastes a little bird's nest. This is awesome. Uni spring rolls. Look how big it is. We got some mustard and sweet chili dipping sauce. This is really good. Everything here is really good. Very well-made spring roll. Inside, just like the dumpling, pork mixed with the sea urchin is so juicy, and it goes phenomenally with the crispy outer shell, and also a little crunch of water chestnut I'm tasting inside of that as well. So basically, I just had like a little mini dim sum with all the uni here. Next, this is so pretty. Uni donburi with 10A Tasmania uni. So the highest quality uni. I mean, this is honestly just so beautiful. This is so beautiful, I don't even know how to proceed. Like, I don't wanna just even interrupt the equilibrium of its beauty. So, uni, ikura, different size ikura, egg yolk, seaweed salad, radish, fresh wasabi. Look at this. Different fish eggs. Serves different purpose. The bigger ikura has that beautiful burst of umami. Small ones provides a fun little crunch. You're eating pretty much the greatest flavors of the ocean right now in a single bowl. I mean, uni is just pretty much pure flavor from the ocean. And now, in addition to that rich creaminess, you're getting a little crunch from the fish eggs, little heat from the wasabi. Look at that bite right there. It's out of this world. This must be how Aquaman eats every single day. The richness of the uni is enhanced by the egg yolk. I mean, this is as good of a bowl of donburi as I have ever had. I do like a little bit of wasabi to balance out the richness. I just want to sit here after every bite and just let that flavor further sink into your brain. This is almost too good. And after you're done with the donburi, there's uni broth in this kettle that's being kept warm on a little stove on the table, and you pour the broth into the rice. So I kept a little bit of rice and uni left from the donburi, some ikura and wasabi too. Oh wow, this is just gonna be the most ultimate porridge. That broth is wonderful. Really no spicing here. This is pretty much just uni soup. And you're just tasting that wonderful brininess and sweetness and oceany flavor from the uni. And the porridge with a little bit of wasabi, with the crunchy tobiko and poppy ikura. This is the most ultimate uni porridge. This next platter, beautiful beyond words. And it's with an ingredient I've never had before. So this is their sashimi platter. There's otoro, there's akami, king salmon, the Tasmania uni, and here is where it gets really interesting. Never seen this before. This is black abalone. I didn't know this existed. So apparently, this is abalone that's only found at the edge of the New Zealand waters near Antarctica. And they get their black color from the volcanic minerals in those waters. And because there's no pollution in that area, that's why this is so prized. And the black abalone is sliced into different cuts. Here you have the skirt. These two trays contain the meat. It's the scallop part of the abalone. And it's served on pretty much what looks like Ariel's office chair. Those ingredients on the plate makes the otoro, which really is a star on its own, seem pedestrian almost. Let's start from the right. A little surf clam. Oh, that's really sweet surf clam. Move on to the leaner cut of tuna with a little bit of wasabi. That's delicious and so delicate. King salmon. The more you chew, the more that tastes like butter. This looks like king salmon belly. Yeah, look at that marbling in that salmon. A little more wasabi for this one. That is just pure butter. Wonderfully clean with a hint of sweetness. It's hard to believe this is only gonna get better, but it is. The otoro. I love that after how that's gone down the hatch, the fatty umami from it still lingers on your tongue. Every time I eat this, I don't want to eat anything else for a little bit, just so I can savor that flavor. Let's start with the scallop part of the abalone. Oh, that tastes so clean. Very sweet, a little nuttiness. It's tender with a slight chewiness, and the texture is slightly firmer than a scallop. That's delicious. This is the meat of the abalone with a little bit of roe on top. The texture is the same, definitely more brininess, a little more flavor from the ocean. Oh, this part is completely different. Look at this. This is the skirt. Oh, you can already tell this is gonna be a tender piece. Oh yeah, doesn't even taste like abalone. This thing completely melts in your mouth. Wow, same wonderful brininess, just a completely different texture. So delicate. Oh wow, this part, way sweeter than the other parts. Sweeter, snappier. All right, we're gonna do next. Take a slice of seaweed, a little slice of abalone, some of the A10 Tasmania uni, tiny bit of wasabi. Oh, that's so amazing. The amount of sweetness and the amount of depth and flavor in that bite will just shock you, especially with the added crunch and the saltiness from the seaweed, which brings its own umami with the creaminess and sweetness from the uni and that ultra sweetness from the abalone. It'll just wake up every single taste bud you have. I mean, today, I guess I really didn't know much about uni like I thought I did. I didn't know there were different grades and ratings. Obviously, my first time having it in Australia. This is such a wonderful restaurant. It's so unique, never seen like this before. And the food, uniquely different than anything I've tasted. I never had uni in dumplings or spring rolls or in my dim sum. Oh, also, they had uni popcorn. I had that earlier. That was good too. I need to take a bag of that back to the US. And when you eat here, you get a little stuffed animal. I really wish we had one of these in the US. Also, you never tried before? Eat some uni, save the kelp. And if you do want some extra flavor on your seafood on the table, uni soy sauce. A+ on the soy sauce too. Okay, this barbecue restaurant is really cool. Look at this. This is the buffet for the barbecue restaurant. There's some cold appetizer dishes here, tons of grilled meats, from grilled pork to beef to ribs to seafood. Oh, look at the seafood. And everything is on skewers. Some cooked dishes here. Oh, little lamb ribs. These are all metal skewers here. Oh my gosh, so many. And there's wooden skewers. So the wooden skewers, what you do is the chef cooks it for you. The metal skewers, you cook at your own table. Let's eat. All right, so round one, I got some appetizers, a little roasted lamb. I got some meat on the skewer. I got some meat on my plate. I got some bamboo skewers cooking in the kitchen. This place is so cool. And there's sauces on the side, sesame sauce. Then we got some barbecue powder. Okay, so that looks like some cumin. And this should be some chilies. Yep. First of all, they give you this little tray. So you put the tray in there, and then you put the meats on the grill. So, and then each of these nooks, you can put in a skewer. So the grill is just automatically rotating and everything is cooking. Look at that. This is so much fun. So the kitchen cooked these, and so I got some eggplant. I got some enoki mushrooms with tofu skin wrapped on the outside and some potatoes. So every one of these is cooked with cumin and chilies. It's very spicy. I'm so happy about that. My skewer bucket, a little bit closer. Some tofu skin and potatoes. That's nice and refreshing. Look at this. This is a soy sauce chicken. I got a lot of the skin because that's where all the flavor is. This place is so cool because you can have so many things going on. So you got the flat barbecue, the rotating skewers, and the ones that's cooked in the bamboo by the kitchen, they're gonna keep warm on that upper rack. And everything's cooked on charcoal, so it's gonna be delicious. Oh yeah, this is awesome. Little lamb ribs covered in chilies and cumin. So delightfully fatty. Roasted eggplant. I think I'm definitely going back for more of these bamboo barbecue skewers because the roasted vegetable is so good. Eggplant, potato, it's all so good. We're gonna add a little sesame sauce. Oh, it looks like chilies in the sesame sauce too. This is the marinated beef. Not bad. The flat barbecue looks like it's done. So this is just a slice of beef. Kind of afraid it might be a little dry. Dunk it in some of the sesame sauce. Oh, that's not bad. It's very lean, but very tender. Also the sesame sauce, there's garlic and chilies inside this too. Also, got some short ribs that's already covered in chilies. Oh yeah, short ribs, definitely the way to go. I feel like it does need a little flavor, so I'm gonna dunk it in my sesame sauce. You can see the meat sizzle and all that beautiful sear. Whatever that was, maybe the beef shoulder or something. That was awesome. So much fat, and fat grilled over live charcoal just turns into crispy, melts in your mouth, pure flavor. So awesome. Oh yeah, this is a piece of the rib. It's fatty, you can see all that juice inside. Dunk it in my sesame sauce a little bit. That's the best cut I had so far. That thing is so juicy. So juicy. Adding more chilies on one side, barbecue powder on the other. So this is very traditional Chinese barbecue, and I'm loving the sesame sauce. Okay, let me get a bite of this. This is basically a grilled mantou. So Chinese bun, again, covered in chilies and seasoning. Beautifully toasty. This is perfect to eat with some of the meats. Also, this tofu skin grilled with enoki mushrooms inside. Awesome. I'm just gonna get rid of this for a bit so I can focus on my skewers. Move my skewers to the middle because they don't seem to be cooking as fast on the end there. So these are all lamb skewers, and they have M7 Australian Wagyu. So that should be pretty tender. And look at that, as soon as I move those skewers to the middle of the fire, flames start spouting out because all that fat is being drizzled into the fire. And the more red color meats, these are all beef cuts. Now we're barbecuing. This is also fun to watch. Oh no, there's a chunk of meat that's just not turning. That's gonna be trouble. Here, join your friends. There we go. That was a little glitch in the barbecue matrix. Okay, I think this is done. This is the already seasoned lamb skewers. Oh, you can smell that fat right away. Oh yeah. In my opinion, lamb skewers so much better than beef skewers because there's so much more fat. Let's give it more chilies. Barbecue lamb skewers was probably my favorite street food when I was in China. And when I was in New York, they start selling this in Flushing, and I would go there at like sometimes midnight and get about 20 skewers as a midnight snack. And they weren't cheap. They were about $1 or $1.50. I think nowadays is maybe $2 or $3 a skewer. And here, all you can eat. I think this is even better because being grilled on a metal skewer, I've always said tastes better than a bamboo skewer because the inside gets really toasty with a metal skewer as well. The lamb is so fatty and all that fat just nice and toasty and crispy. Chase it with some buns. This is the last of my lamb skewer. With these, you're always gonna get a little bit of gaminess. Not much. This one, I think the lamb shoulder, way more tender than the other cuts. Okay, it's getting a little too rich. Let's go grab some veggies. Beef skewer is done. Oh, the M7 Wagyu is nice. There's loads of fat on this. I think this is the rib cut. This is almost as fatty as the lamb skewer. This I think is the rump cut. Well, you can see all that juicy marbling inside this cut. When it gets too rich, chase it with some veg. I love this place. There were a lot of foods I wanted to eat, a lot of when I was younger. And when I was living in China, I was living with my aunt. I didn't have any money, but I love these skewers. But I could never really afford them unless we were going out to eat as a family. And I remember the first time I saw a skewer restaurant when I was in South Korea. It just made me so happy. And I feel that same happiness whenever I'm eating this. And now I'm sitting here eating as much as I want. Oh, what is this? Hello. I think that's my Coke. Whoa, 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 where are you going? Where are you going? Yeah, come here. Here, can you take this? Thank you. Still standing there. I'm supposed to push a button.
Call me if you need anything.
Thanks. How do I call you? Last two skewers, definitely the leanest of the bunch. I think those were the cube roll and the silver side. The rump and all the lamb, those are the most tender cuts. Got some more potatoes, eggplant, got a roast fish. Charcoal grilled mackerel, so good, so good. Oh my gosh. The mackerel is a fatty fish. Oh, so when you barbecue this over charcoal, it's so, in the Chinese word, xiang, so fragrant. I might like this more than the beef. I love these barbecue potato skewers too. Bring out my grill one last time. I got a couple more cuts of ribs. These are my favorite non-skewer cuts. Oh, also, grilling up a mushroom. Highly suggest grilling up a mushroom. This is better with some of the sesame sauce. Ooh, I forgot what this little fish is called, but I got one and I barbecued it up. This is some tender, tender fish. I wouldn't put any sesame sauce on there, just little cumin chilies. That's a delicate, delicate little fish. This has been an absolute fantastic meal. I'm so jealous of some of the places that you guys have here in Melbourne. Again, this was my favorite street food ever since I could remember. And be able to have a buffet full of it. This is pure happy place for me. All right, I'm gonna eat up and there's one more place I'm going for dinner. Actually, I have to get to the airport, so wanted to go back to Chinatown to get that awesome 3-dish meal again, but don't really have enough time. Do have time to grab a shawarma. The gentleman who runs this place is so nice. Gave me a Turkish delight. I got a souvlaki wrap. This smells so good. Stuffed full of souvlaki I got some garlic and chili sauce with this as well. I should have got the HSP as well because that's an iconic Australian fast food, but I forgot to order it and I gotta run, so this is gonna be dinner. Oh, the wrap, delightfully toasty. The souvlaki, you can see a mix of fat and lean meat in there. Some onions, lettuce, little heat from the chili sauce, and the garlic just adds a beautiful punch. This meat is absolute perfection. I can eat 2 more of these easily. Anyway, just had a few days here in Melbourne. I love this place. The weather's perfect. People are so nice. The Chinatown, the Chinese food in the city, off the hook. Of course, not just the Chinese food, but all the other foods I've had, including this, amazing. There's so many food spots in the city. It's just a beautiful, beautiful place. I wish I stayed a couple days longer, but I have to get on a flight to Tasmania for this incredible seafood tour tomorrow. So I gotta quickly eat and head to the airport. But as always, I'll please that win to list it down below for you guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Until we eat again, see you later.